Consideration of report of Powers and Privileges Committee on hearing into allegations of conduct constituting contempt of Parliament by members of the National Assembly.
Honorable Mashile.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, and also Deputy President and honorable members. I need to indicate that this report is a consequence of the referral by the Speaker of the National Assembly on the incident of grave disorder that occurred on the 21st of August in the House during question time for oral reply to the President, His Excellency Jacob Zuma. It was very clear in the referral that the committee should inquire on the incident with due regard to the rules of National Assembly and the schedule to the rules, and to report on the findings and recommendations in terms of Rule 194, subsection 2B of the National Assembly rules. This was a groundbreaking inquiry undertaken without any precedence. As the committee is established in terms of Rule 191 of the National Assembly rules, it is a multi-party committee as provided for by Section 12, subsection 2 of Powers, Privileges and Immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act, number 4 of 2004. The inquiry on the incident is in relation to prohibited acts that constitute contempt of Parliament as stipulated under Section 13 of the Act. I need to indicate that this committee maintained its constitution with full participation of all members until the penultimate date. The level of cooperation during the hearing and the committee sessions was high that I was barely required to intervene. Deputy Speaker, the 20 honorable members in question were facing charges ranging from 1 to 7. These charges, without running through them in detail, relate to 1, refusing to take their seats when instructed to do so by the Speaker. 2, refusing to withdraw immediately from the chamber when ordered to do so by the Speaker. 3, preventing other members from performing their functions. 4, failing to resume their seats when the Speaker rose to speak. 5, speaking when not called upon to speak or being recognized to do so. 6, creating or taking part in a disturbance within the precincts of Parliament. 7, remaining in the chamber when the House has been suspended for them to leave. Deputy Speaker, I must state that these honorable members attended the first day of the hearing on the 7th of October 2014 after the EFF court application challenge in the Western Cape High Court failed on the 29th of September 2014, and thereafter they announced that they will not participate any longer, ending that by dumping the documentation that was prepared for them. Even after findings were made, they were also invited in writing to present mitigation factors in writing or verbally. They did not take this opportunity, displaying arrogance, and thus denied themselves the opportunity to call and cross-examine witnesses and to present mitigation factors in relation to the sanctions. Deputy Speaker, this conduct is strongly discouraged from members who may cross the line in future, because you will never derive any benefit by staying away from your own hearing. There are 2 issues that require clarification. The committee met and discussed the issue of witnesses. It was on consensus that the Speaker will not be called to give evidence. It is the committee that must decide on who must be called and not an individual. The other issue related to the representation of Honorable Malema. It should be remembered that he was informed that the opportunity given was an indulgence from the committee, as there is no rule that provides for such a representation. We were then legally advised that the representation does not constitute evidence because it was not given under oath or
Point of
affirmation.
order. Chair.
The honorable member there must not mislead this house. We requested the speaker to come there. So don't mislead this house. Please please respect this parliament.
Honorable member, it's a point of debate, it's not a point of order. Proceed, honorable member.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. We were then legally advised that the representation doesn't constitute evidence
Point of order.
because it was not given under oath or
Point of order,
affirmation,
Speaker.
and no one could test the
Honorable
content.
Mashile, take your seat. What are you
It
raising
can't be
on?
right, the Speaker, because he was part of the committee representing EFF in that committee. And when he stands up and say he's misrepresenting the committee, you can't say it's a point of argument. He say he was part of that committee, and he's standing up to raise issues on the basis of the debate and agreements that were reached in that committee.
Honorable member, you will get an opportunity to contest what the honorable chairperson.
Point of order. We are not contesting here. We want a correct representation of facts. So that is incorrect. What the chairperson is saying there is incorrect.
The chair of the house will not enter into a debate. Members will debate the matter.
Point of order, Chair.
Yes, honorable member.
There's no debate here. The report that we got from him as members of the committee is not the one he's reading for starters. Doesn't state that. It's a totally different report. There is no such fact statement.
Honorable
Thank
member.
you. It's wrong.
Yes. Proceed, honorable Mashile.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. The committee, with the help of the able and
point of order,
appropriately
Mr.
qualified
On a
Mr.
point of
Randall
order,
van
Deputy
Voren,
Speaker.
Honorable Mashile, take your seat. Let's hear the point of order.
The Honorable Deputy Speaker, I also stand here to concur with my colleague who sat with me and with the chairperson in the committee that what we are hearing now is not the report that was given to us.
Proceed, honorable member. We will, honorable members,
Chairperson.
you will get an opportunity.
Deputy
On the
Speaker,
platform.
Deputy Chair.
Honorable Deputy
Deputy
Speaker,
Speaker.
Deputy Speaker,
on a point of order.
point of order.
On a point of order. On a point of order.
What are you raising on?
I'm rising on a point of order. That's what I'm rising on.
What's your
I'm
point
rising
of
on
order?
the point of order is the gentleman there misrepresent the committee, and members of the committee, they stand up. It's not parties. It's people who are in that committee who are saying it is not a true reflection. And you want him to continue as if nothing is happening. He must first correct that statement before he proceed. Then we will come later to argue on issues that he's raising. But you can't say when members of the committee say that is not the true reflection, and you must say we must continue as if nothing is being said here. Let him correct that statement.
Honorable Mashile, take your seat. Take your seat.
Point of order.
Yes, honorable Chief Whip. Take your seat, honorable Mashile. Take your seat.
We have received reports in this house for many years. When the chairperson,
Point of order. Point of order.
No,
Point of order.
no,
Point of order.
no. There's
Point of order.
There's a person speaking.
No, it's out of order. He's referring us to reports.
There's
You
a
are talking.
there's a person speaking on the floor. Do not scream and shout. Sit
Point of
down.
order.
You will get your chance to raise your point of order. You will get your chance. Take your seat.
the point
Proceed.
I'm making, Deputy Speaker, is that Honorable Mashile is not reading the report. He's introducing the report to the House. And the report as it reflected in the ATC is not what he's reading. He's introducing it. We have received reports introduced in the same way. There's nothing special about this one.
Point of order, Chair.
Yes,
of
honorable
order.
member, at the back there.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I think it must be clear that we are not here to play. The report, the speaker on the podium there, what he's representing is not Mashilo's report. it is supposed to be the Powers and Privileges report. But what he's presenting here, he's presenting a report Yagamashilo. And the ANC chief whip is protecting him. So we are not going to allow that to happen here. If he does not have anything to say here, it's rather for you to let us go because you don't know why you want us here.
Honorable Mashile, take your seat. Let me...
Speaker, this man must sit down. There are people speaking there. Please.
You sit down. You sit down. You sit down. Nobody pointed you out. Honorable members, let me read to you what is happening right now. Consideration of the report of Powers and Privileges Committee on hearing into allegations of conduct constituting contempt of Parliament by members of the National Assembly. Now, what I have before me here is a list of speakers. And the first speaker is an ANC speaker who happens to be Honorable Mashile.
Point of order.
And so the report...
Point of order. Point of order.
You can't speak whilst I'm talking, sir.
Point of order.
With respect, you
Yeah,
can't
but I
talk...
call the chair to order. You are out of order, chair. You are out of order. We've got the program here. We know what is happening. We know what is happening. You cannot...
Speaker. Deputy Speaker. No, you can't switch them off. We are going to speak from there. We'll come there.
Members,
We will come there and speak from there.
Speaker.
Deputy Speaker.
Do you want us to come
Deputy
to the podium?
Speaker, we are going to go and speak there if you are doing what you are
Do
doing.
you want us to come to the podium?
Why do you switch off the microphone?
One, two. Hello, hello. Freedom of speech. Where's freedom of speech?
You must just switch them on. We are going to be heard here. We are going to be heard.
Can you please switch on the microphones, Speaker? Please. Or we're going to use this one.
Honorable member,
Please switch on the
go
microphones there.
and take your seat.
Switch on the microphones first.
Honorable member, take your seat.
They are on.
Go and take your seat.
They are on.
Honorable member,
On a point of order.
take your seat.
Point of order,
Point of
Speaker.
order.
They are on.
Out of order.
Honorable members,
Point of order.
They are on.
They are on.
Yeah,
They are on.
It's on. It's
honorable
on.
members,
Chief Whip is
Point
on.
of order.
Yeah, it's
honorable
on.
members,
Yeah.
Point of
I am in this house at the moment.
It's on.
Honorable members,
member speaks.
Honorable,
The ANC caucus switches off the microphone.
Honorable Matiasi,
Please ensure that
and Honorable
those microphones are
Shivambo,
switched on.
and Honorable Malema.
Yes.
We have requested you not to do what you are doing.
But switch on the microphone. Switch on the microphone. Switch on the microphone.
The microphone will be switched on when a member is recognized.
No, we're rising on a point of order.
You must
We're
be
rising on a point
Point
of
of
order.
on a point of order.
The
Point of
microphone
order,
will be switched on for a member who has been recognized.
But you cut him.
When-
You cut him when
Yes,
he was speaking.
I cut him off because he speaks when I am speaking, and that is not in order.
But you must say that.
Honorable members, this is
must
not
be
acceptable.
consistent with the rules
You are
of this
disrupting the
House.
proceedings of the House.
Completely out of order.
I'm giving you an opportunity to allow members to do what they intend to do in the House here. Honorable members, take your seats. Take your seats.
The microphones must be on.
Sit down.
Take your
Cornelius,
seats.
sit down.
Take your seats. Take your seat, honorable member. Take your seat. What's your point of order, Honorable Gadi?
Thank you, Speaker.
Honorable Gadi.
Oh.
Deputy Speaker, in the morning we had a meeting with the presiding officers authority, POA meeting. You were requested to ensure that the practice of switching off microphones does not happen. And you are also now once more requested to ensure that there is free speech, freedom of speech here, and people can talk. There is no threat to any property or life. We shall assist you to run this house in a proper way. But cutting off microphones is not one of the things that you should do. You are requested to ensure that it does not happen, Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Gadi, thank you very much for speaking after being recognized. I appreciate that. We would like to move on with the reason why I stopped, and I will do that again, is that, honorable members, there's a requirement in the rules that you only speak when you're recognized by the chair. If you do so, even when the chair is speaking, you are breaking the rules of the House. That's the reason why we say so.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, may I please address you? I'm requesting that I be given an opportunity to address you.
Why do you do it even as I'm saying exactly that, honorable member, that you shouldn't do that?
Well, my answer is very simple, Chair. How do I ask to be recognized?
You raise
by
your hand.
yourself?
You raise your hand.
The rules. You will not be able to show me in the rules, Honorable Deputy Speaker, that I must raise my hand. And none of the ANC people ever raise their hands. They stand, they ask to be recognized. You recognize them. It's a proper practice of the House. And and so you must assist us. How do we gain? Because even if we raise our hands, do you want us to jump on the table? It's a practice that has been happening throughout the years. People rise, go to the mic, and they say, may we please be recognized? And they are told, we are not recognizing you, or we'll recognize you. Can we proceed in that manner so that we are able to be peaceful? Because we feel undermined, Honorable Speaker. Please clarify.
Honorable, let me clarify quickly, and I'm not doing it again. Honorable members, this matter has been clarified before. Members speak even as the chair is speaking. That is not in order. I have recognized members amongst yourself who rose, stood up, and I recognize them to speak. I have been doing that. I do not understand why you do not accept that we must conduct the business of the House following the rules. And that look at what you are doing right now.
It's a point of order.
Literally, you are throwing words in my mouth as I speak, so I can't conclude because you contest that rule. You want to continue contesting it even as I'm speaking.
Chair, respectfully, a point of order can be raised. Whoever is speaking, that's what the rules say. Whoever may be speaking, I can rise, even if it's the speaker, and raise a point of order. Please rule on that.
Honorable member, I would like to continue with the business of the House. You are contesting the rules, and I suggest that this matter be taken up at the appropriate time. The ruling is the following, honorable member, that the consideration before us and the debate before us.
Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker.
Intended to provide an opportunity.
Deputy Speaker, it's on Rule 72.
Honorable member, can I advise you?
No, you are not going to advise me. I'm telling you, it's on 72. I don't need your advice. It's here. We must have one book, not your advice.
Honorable member, whenever the precedence of presiding officer. Whenever the presiding officer rises during a debate, any member then speaking or offering to speak shall resume his or her seat, and the presiding officer shall be heard without interruption.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
No.
I have it here.
No.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Let me take a chance. Let me take my time.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, I'm calling for your attention, please.
Honorable member, let me proceed with the ruling. You asked me to go to Rule 72. Let me read it for you.
That's fine, and please recognize me so that we remind you of where we are now.
Let me remind you. A member may speak. This is the right of members. When called upon to do so by the presiding officer or to a point of order. Now, listen, honorable member, listen. You don't speak when the presiding officer is speaking. All right? I've just read you 49. I've just read you 49. Honorable members, I've just read you Rule 49. That explains to you why you should not speak before you are recognized while you do that. Now, let's proceed.
No, Speaker, you must read 49 with 72. These are rules. You can't read them separately. You read 49 together with 72. We will not speak when you are speaking, but we have a right to speak on a point of order. We can call you to order.
I have pointed out to you, for example, honorable members, I have ruled when you have done so that that's not a point of order. You are debating.
Honorable Deputy Speaker,
Yes.
there is no issue of debating here. The chairperson of the committee is saying that in the committee, in the report, this is what we have done. And the members of the committee are standing up to say that what he's saying is not factually correct. And he's speaking on behalf of the committee. He's not speaking on behalf of the ANC there. He's speaking on behalf of the committee as the chairperson of the Powers and Privileges Committee. And members not of the EFF, of the committee, are standing up to say that what he's saying is not factually correct. He did not even include that in the report which was taken in that committee day. And we cannot have this parliament to consider a report which is not factually correct because it has got far much reaching conclusions. And that is what he must rule on, that here is a person on podium, he's misrepresenting the committee. And committee members are saying that he's misrepresenting the committee. Why do you allow him to continue when he's lying to the House?
The report, Honorable Shivambo, that we are considering is in the ATC. And that is what we are considering. What the member is saying here, he's saying, as the Speaker's list says, as an ANC member who happens to chair that meeting and introducing the debate, the rest of the members who follow are going to be taking their position on that matters to contest his views.
Point of order. Deputy Speaker.
Point of order.
Deputy Speaker, point of order.
Honorable Ramakatsa at the back.
Yes. When he stood up there, the honorable member, Mashile, he was giving us the report of Privileges and Powers Committee. He was not talking, debating as an ANC member of this House. Don't mislead us. We are part of this House. We are sitting here, we are listening to him. He must say he is debating as an ANC, and he must say as an honorable member, Mashile, member of the ANC. These are my arguments. Then we'll listen to him. Not on behalf of the committee that this is what was agreed upon and misleading. Those other members are members of that committee and are disputing what he is saying on behalf of the committee. Let him not quote the committee, let him debate. Then we'll listen to him.
Honorable members, I suggest that we proceed with the debate. And Honorable Mashile here is debating. So I will
point of
invite,
order.
I'll invite you.
Point of order.
Yes, Honorable Member.
We are considering a report from Powers and Privileges Committee on the hearing into allegation of conduct constituting contempt of parliament by members of the National Assembly. Now, the chairperson stands there to give this parliament the findings of the committee. He's not debating, he's reporting, because we had a mandate of the assembly to go and investigate. As a chairperson, he's reporting, but he is misleading the House because we were part and parcel of that committee. So he cannot continue before he rectifies what we agreed upon.
Take your seat, Honorable Member. Honorable Naledi, Honorable Minister, Science and Technology.
Deputy Speaker, would you allow the House to have a debate? The honorable member who is on the floor has been accused of not stating facts Now, if a member is quoted as misleading, the member has a right to reply. And in the process of the debate, the member will be able to clarify and reply. And the rest of the list of speakers should be able to debate. If they're afraid to have the debate, it's another matter. But could we allow the debate to continue?
On a point of order, Chairperson, Deputy Speaker.
What's your point of order?
It is in the best interest that for the House to proceed. The honorable member there, whose now status is no longer a chairperson of a committee, but debating on behalf of the ANC, that he debates as a member of the ANC, not presenting a committee report. We have the committee report in the ATC. So it must be clear that he's no longer a chairperson now. He's just a member of the ANC. But if he still wants to debate as a member of the chairperson, I think it's better that Deputy Speaker, he drops the report there and then he sits down, then other speakers who are going to debate in terms of a party position on the matter are allowed to debate. Otherwise, it is not prudent, it is unfair, it is exactly what we were saying in the 89 points in Limine, that the ANC is both the judge, the prosecutor, the initiator, and everything, and now it's also debating. It can't be, Chairperson. Can he just go and take his seat, and then we have the report, other speakers come in. Thank you.
Honorable Mashile, proceed and complete the work that you're doing.
Thank you, Deputy
On
Speaker.
a point of order, Chair.
What's your point of order, Honorable Mkutam?
Chair, I don't think it's a complicated matter. All which is needed, Deputy Speaker, is that the admission is made that at this point, the Speaker is not a chair of any committee, represents a version of the ANC as a party, and that is what it is. He is not talking on behalf of any committee. This is the point that we wanted recorded so that we can continue.
Let's proceed, Honorable Member. Proceed, Honorable Mashile.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Speaker. Given that the charges they faced related to undermining the authority of the Speaker, stopping the House from functioning, and bringing Parliament's decorum and stature into disrepute, they were considered serious and warranted sanctions of a serious nature. However, the sanctions are not primarily meant to punish the honorable members, but to sharply indicate the seriousness we want them to mend their behavior moving forward. That is, ruling of the presiding officer shall be obeyed, rules of the House shall be observed, decorum of the House shall be preserved.
No, it's okay.
Consequently, Deputy Speaker, the committee therefore agreed to prefer the sanctions to these honorable members as follows: that Honorable Shivambo, Honorable Ramakadza, Honorable Litchfield Chabalala, Honorable Gadi, Honorable Ndlozi, and Honorable Malema be suspended for a period of 30 days without remuneration in terms of Section 12(5)(g) of the Act.
Honorable
Low,
Speaker.
Honorable Mashabela,
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Maxen, Honorable Musami,
Honorable
Honorable
Mashile. Just hold on. Honorable, just hold on. Yes, Honorable Ndlozi.
Thanks, Honorable Speaker. I wanted to check if the honorable member can take a question.
Honorable Mashile.
It's question.
Just after I'm done, Deputy Speaker.
Come again?
Just after I'm done with the report.
Okay, proceed, Honorable
Can I
Member.
proceed
Yes.
with the question? No.
No.
Just
He
after
says no,
I am
Honorable
done.
Member.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker. Honorable Deputy Speaker,
Yes, Honorable Member.
you said Honorable Mashile doesn't give a report. He's debating. So now he speaks about, he refers about the recommendation of a committee. Is he debating? Is that a debate?
Okay. Take a seat, Honorable Member, please. Thank you very much. Proceed, Honorable Mashile.
Deputy Speaker, I'm up.
Honorable Deputy Speaker,
Honorable
Honorable
Mashile, take
Deputy
your seat.
Speaker.
Take your seat, Honorable Mashile. Yes.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Member.
The National Assembly is not the ANC playground.
What's your point of order, Honorable Member?
This house is holy.
Proceed, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I will repeat that the Honorable Low, Honorable Mashavela, Honorable Maxim, Honorable Munsami, Honorable Mitama, and Honorable Matiase be suspended for a period of 14 days without remuneration in terms of Section
But on a point
5G.
of order,
Honor-
Deputy Speaker.
There's an honorable member at the back there who rose. Let's hear her. Yes, honorable member.
Honourable Deputy Speaker, I please need you to help us in the House today. Can we please have clarity? Are we now entering into a debate or are we actually presenting the report? Because we're all getting confused. And to us, if it's a debate, then it should not be having the information we've got because certain parts of a report is being read. Okay, and that is now being used in a debate, which is not helping the House to move forward with business.
That's not a point of order. Yes, yes, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker.
Yes, what are you raising on, honorable member? What are you raising on?
Exactly on what you just said. Mashile.
No, honorable Mashile.
There's nothing honorable about him, man. There's nothing honorable about Mashile. You can't be forcing us to call people honorable here. Mr. Mashile. Mr. Mashile. Akasere gwebe mo. He must be saying, "U agree lise gwebo or agree lise gwebo." But you are not saying that. You are already sentencing us as if you are representing the committee. If it's the debate, the ANC must rise to agree with the report and not to announce the sanctions of the report. So I don't know why, Deputy Speaker, you are behaving in a manner you are doing because you are not being honest. You know that this guy is giving a report. And then when we question his status, you say, no, it's an ANC person debating.
No, honorable
He's
Malema,
announcing sanctions here.
Honorable member, take your seat. Let me explain to you. Honorable Mashile is the chairperson of the committee. He is an ANC member. He is introducing the report. And so you will have an opportunity, and I'm clarifying the member who spoke earlier on here. He's introducing the report. If you contest it, you will get an opportunity to contest it. You will get that.
Mr. Speaker, but you just made an assurance now that he is not introducing the report, he's debating as a member of the ANC. Now you are changing.
No.
Why are you changing when he's changing up and down?
No, honorable.
What is he doing?
Honorable
is he
member,
debating or is he
take your
introducing the
seat.
report?
Take your seat.
Because he can't introduce the report which has not been agreed upon by the committee.
He is please take your seat.
An order in that regard.
Please take your seat. Let me tell you. The member is
No, but Chair, before you respond, you said he's debating. If he's giving the report, he must then correct that statement. Where he said the committee agreed that Balega must not appear before the committee. He must correct that.
Honorable Malema, this is the second time you must call the member by, as the House amongst members call each other honorable. You are saying Honorable Balega Mbete, calling her by a name. This is the requirement of the rules and the conduct in the House and conventions of how we do that. Honorable Kubai.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I think let's just assist the House here. Firstly, in terms of the procedures, indeed, the chairperson is expected to table the report so that it can be debated, even if the report is appearing on ATC, because the whole report, why it allows us to be able to debate it, it has appeared on ATC. All of us would have read that report. We know its content of the report. So in terms of the procedure is that the chairperson of the committee must table that report so that we can be able to engage with it. In terms of the proceedings, we should be able to do that. But secondly, Deputy Speaker, the point I'm rising on is that if we are expected to treat each other with respect, let's respect each other that way. Because if you want to be called an honorable member when others are saying you with a name, but when others call you with a name, you don't want to do that. I think let's be fair. We agreed that the rules shall apply today in this morning's POA. There was an agreement that there will be rules. We did not agree to suspend any rules. All parties were there. There was an indication that the rule stands. So we expect all parties to ensure that all members adhere to the rules as they stand. Thank you.
Honorable
Deputy Speaker.
Pando.
Again, Chairperson, for the umpteenth time this year, I appeal to the presiding officers to ensure there's order in this parliament. We cannot carry on like this. There has never been an instance in parliament where another party writes the speech of a member of another party. The member chooses what they wish to put into the debate, and that's it. We don't write each other's speeches. Whether we like what is being said or not, members' freedom of speech means they can say whatever it is they wish to say in a debate. And we reply.
Thank you.
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, we have no problem with Mr. Mashile giving any speech he so wishes to give. But if you say he's giving a report, it's not a speech of a party. It's a report of a multi-party committee. So he must speak on behalf of the multi-party committee. And the members of the multi-party committee say he is wrong to suggest the things he said earlier on. And therefore, we do not have a difficulty, Chair. Let him correct. Then we move on. He can report as a chair, we don't have a problem, but he must not misrepresent the committee.
Honorable members.
Agbare adjunct speaker.
Ja, honorable member.
Agbare adjunct speaker, ek sal nou in Engels praat laat u nie hoef te luister. U kan dan verstaan. Hierdie raad moet orde handhaaf. And I want to request you, let's get order in the sense that the honorable speaker say that he submit the report as published in the ATC. We all have read that report. And let he then give the view of the ANC of the party he belongs to. Then technically the report has been submitted and we can debate it. And that is what everybody is asked. And I ask you as the chair or the deputy speaker, please to make that ruling, let him submit it and let's have the debate. It's as simple as that. Thank you.
Honorable members, let me, let's clarify that Honorable Mashile was chosen by members of this House to lead this committee. What he is doing is to introduce the report and the debate about it. And so what we are going to do, honorable members, is to proceed in that way so that those who have different views about the report will come to the podium, if they are on the speakers list, to raise their issues. That is the basis on which I suggest we proceed. And honorable members, I suggested that we must follow the rules as is required. You say we must follow them, do follow them yourself. Yes. Honorable member.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
The member in front of you.
Oh, this one.
Deputy Speaker, first, Honorable Mashile must tell us, is addressing us as chairperson of the committee or as ANC, because you yourself have contradicted yourself. So we're not gonna allow him to proceed without withdrawing anything he has said earlier on, representing the committee. Thank you.
Honorable members, I suggest that the freedom of speech that you have called for must prevail.
Yeah, Deputy Speaker.
Yes, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker, I'm going to make a proposal in the form of a point of order. If Honorable Mashile has to present the report as the chairperson of the committee, let him do so. And let the ANC caucus and give us another speaker that can debate. They are saying they have a depth of knowledge there. Let them give us somebody who can debate. And he give us a report on behalf of the committee. Then we can progress. We are not afraid of the debates.
All right, honorable
We are
member.
just saying let's adhere to the procedure.
Thank you very much, honorable member. I've heard you. Honorable Mashile, proceed.
Honorable Speaker.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Speaker.
The honorable member is the honorable member is finishing his speech.
Thank you, Deputy
Honorable
Speaker.
Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Deputy
I
Speaker.
may make the
Recognize
life easier.
May you
Honorable
recognize me on a
Deputy
point
Speaker.
of order.
Honorable Mashile.
Honorable.
Proceed.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, you just need to make a ruling. It is now in your hands, this matter. Is this honorable member speaking as the ANC or as the chair of the committee? If he is indeed speaking as the chair of the committee, he has a responsibility to represent the committee. Now, members of that committee in this house already have all reasons said there is a material misrepresentation if he speaks as a member of that committee, as the chair of the committee. So if he speaks as a member, as the chair of the committee, he has first to withdraw and correct that misrepresentation, and then he continues. But it is you who must make that determination. Once you make that determination, he speaks as the chair of that committee. He must, before he proceeds, apologize, correct himself, and we proceed in that manner.
Yes, honorable member.
Sihlalo, ake sikhulume ulimi lethu mhlawumbe uzozo. Sithi in the simplest term, wena njengosekela somlomo owusihlalo now, just make a ruling. If Mr. Mashile is giving a report so we can know ukuthi yini asinika yona, or if Mr. Mashile is debating, so when now you just run and say Mr. Mashile continue on what? We must be clarified ukuthi uwenzani Mr. Mashile now. Thank you.
Honorable Gadi.
Deputy Speaker, I think you are making your task very difficult. Very serious honorable members, including the members of the Freedom Front Plus, have just put it to you that assist the speaker on the podium to get himself very clear. Is he reporting on behalf of the committee? And if so, he must correct what other members of the committee are saying. This is not what we agreed on the committee. And if he's speaking as a member of the ANC, it must be so, and he must not misrepresent the committee. Alternatively, the shortest cut is that he just reads a sentence which says, the report stands as distributed and read. And he goes, and then we get other speakers, because what he has said, he has misrepresented the committee. And that will be very simple for you, Deputy Speaker, to proceed. Otherwise, if he does not withdraw comments and remarks he made, which makes other members of the committee who are not even members of EFF to have a problem with this report. I mean, we are making this report to be a candidate of dismissal by the court to say, even members of the committee don't know what the chairperson was doing there. So let's make things very easy. He just excuse himself there. You make a ruling. Otherwise, you'll have it tough to continue with him if his status is not very clear on what capacity is he speaking there.
Yes, honorable member, speak.
Thanks, Chair. I thought we must add, Honorable Chairperson, that I can't debate, at least in the interest of progress, I can't debate that you are sitting there and that you are directing and conducting this house. It's a fact. There is a dismissal on factual grounds on the basis of the representation of the committee. And if the honorable member is speaking and misrepresenting facts, then it has implications, in particular because he calls himself the chairperson of that committee. So if you can rule as we request, we will know that as an ANC member, Vela, they are used to misrepresenting facts, he can continue. But if he's speaking on behalf of a multi-party committee, he must stick to the facts and toe the line of the report. Thank you very much.
Yes, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker, let's say if we were to agree that the honorable member is debating on behalf of the ANC, but the fact is the honorable member is the chairperson of the committee. The question now is he allowed, therefore, as he is now debating for the ANC, to change the committee that is disputed by the committee members?
Honorable members, let me point out to you the following. That the debate we are having here is as a result of agreement by all political parties. And having agreed that this debate will happen here, it can only be changed by a resolution of this House. This House allowed us to proceed with it on the understanding that they agree with it. The procedural requirements for presentation of the reports is a practice that is known in Parliament, that the chairperson leads that introduction of the report and introduces that debate. The reason why we call it a debate is that it is always understood that different political parties will take a different view on reports. Sometimes they agree 100%, sometimes they don't. With the introduction of the report by the chairperson. Procedurally, there is nothing wrong Honorable Mashile is doing. What is procedurally problematic is if the House, through its members, seeks to stop him from concluding his introduction of the report as the chair of this committee. It is important for us to recognize the consequences of what it would mean if we were to do that. You have an opportunity as members, because of your rights in this House, to contest what he is saying, including the things you have said in the course of the debate. It cannot be correct that the member is not allowed to complete what is procedurally agreed on in the first place, as one of the honorable members pointed out here this morning, and in fact, that we are proceeding on that stuff. And he literally has been stopped in the process of completing his remarks. So I plead with you that we proceed on that basis and that you enter the debate differently than you are doing right now. I suggest we proceed on that.
Deputy Speaker.
No, honorable members, I suggest
Deputy
that...
Speaker, you said we must raise our hands and be recognized. Please don't deny us from...
Honorable member, what are you raising on now?
No.
That is different.
No. As a member of that committee, I want you to remember that when Honorable Mashile continues lying, we are going to object because he will be representing the committee.
Honorable member,
but
if
he's representing the ANC.
No, you can't say honorable member is lying. That's unparliamentary.
Oh.
Withdraw it, honorable member.
No, he's not talking the truth.
Honorable member.
He's misleading the House. He's not talking the truth.
Honorable member, withdraw unconditionally, please.
I withdraw, but he's not talking the truth.
Honorable member, please withdraw unconditionally.
I withdraw.
Thank you very much.
But I withdraw.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Am I recognized?
Proceed and finish your point, honorable member.
I'm saying, if he continues misrepresenting the committee or this House, we are going to object.
Honorable members,
going to object.
Can I suggest to you, honorable member, there are procedures in the House for taking to task the reports of chairpersons. And one of them is not the one you are using, honorable member. I suggest to you.
This one is not a report of ordinary committees of Parliament.
I suggest that, honorable members, we not proceed the route you are taking. I suggest that we proceed. Honorable Mashile, proceed.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I'll definitely try and make life easier in the House
Deputy Speaker.
by thanking all honorable members from the different political parties who made this work to be completed easily. Not least also thanking the staff of Parliament, the legal services, and the protocol, sound and vision of Parliament for having assisted us to be able to do this difficult work. Deputy Speaker, I therefore present this report for consideration and strongly persuade the House to adopt it to bring certainty to the rules and orders of this Parliament. I thank you.
Thank you, honorable member.